Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Katie. I'm a registered dietitian with White Earth Public Health. I'm back with you in my kitchen and we're going to talk about lunch ideas today, specifically sandwiches. I'm hoping to provide you with some great lunch ideas so you aren't stuck running to the store to grab something when it's lunchtime. For adults, when purchasing lunches at a nearby restaurant or store, it can add up to a hefty price tag. According to one study completed some time ago, the average purchase lunch costs around $8. During a 5-day work week, that adds up to $40 a week, or more than $2,000 a year. And like I said, that was done quite some time ago, so we know that food costs have increased. A well-balanced, home-packed lunch can set you up for success. Eating lunch provides an opportunity for you to refuel your body and brain after a morning of hard work. Selecting a variety of food groups creates a balanced meal with a healthy supply of different nutrients your body needs to stay focused and avoid an after-lunch slump. So with that being said, we will make sure to include some protein, whole grain foods, fruit, vegetable, and a dairy choice today while we make our lunch. We will be making a spicy tuna and veggie wrap with some apple slices and string cheese. So let's get started. Okay, so with our wrap, like I mentioned, it is a spicy tuna wrap, and that's what is in the recipe booklet. But as you know from my past shows, spice is really not my favorite, so I'm gonna just kind of tone mine down a little bit. So what I have here in my bowl is, the recipe calls for 4 ounces, but I just put a 5-ounce can of tuna that was in water and drained and stuck it in my bowl. And I am gonna go ahead and add dressing, seasoning, sauce, whatever you prefer to call it. In this bowl, I have 1.5 tablespoons of plain Greek yogurt, which you could also use mayo. And then I went ahead and just stirred in my seasonings with my Greek yogurt, which was 1 teaspoon of low sodium soy sauce. And then to add the heat to this recipe, it calls for sriracha sauce, which is hot pepper sauce. And I just went ahead and put like a couple squirts in, but the recipe itself does call for 2 teaspoons. So you can go ahead and omit that or add it in, add more in. You know, as usual, just make it as you would like it. So I'm just gonna scrape my bowl in. So as I stir this together here, today I did go with tuna as my protein because as you remember, we've talked about canned tuna in the past. And I like tuna because it's one of those great high quality proteins and contains an abundance of omega-3 fatty acids, which are those polyunsaturated fatty acids which play a role in preventing heart disease. And these polyunsaturated fatty acids are also known as those healthy fats that we need. Also, an important thing is canned tuna is one of those cost-effective protein sources. So if we can cook with them as often as possible to cut some costs, that's awesome. So just like that, our tuna salad mixture is all stirred together, so we are ready to assemble our wraps. All right, so we are set to assemble our wraps here today, and I've got our veggies and avocados that we'll add to it. I just went ahead and if this was like a regular sized cucumbers, I just went ahead and kind of sliced them long into match strips, as well as some carrots. You obviously definitely don't have to cut them like that, just cut them however it desires for you. And then it just is a half an avocado that I just kind of sliced up. So I have my wraps right here. They're ready to go. So really simple assembly. You just have to split the ingredients between the two. I do probably have more vegetables that I'm going to need to use, so just, you know, add them as you desire. So as I put my tuna on here, just remember, like usual, you can always make these recipes however you desire. You can perhaps, like today, instead of the tuna, you could go with some canned chicken or some beans would be a great substitute, or a combination of both, and any you know, vegetables that you can use. Just remember, my goal with these videos are to provide you with recipes and ideas, and then things that you can make them to fit to with what you have. So just be creative and let everything go. Same with the seasonings too. Maybe the spicy, you're not a spicy person like me, even less than me, you're not crazy about the soy sauce flavor. Go ahead and add any no salt, low salt seasonings to your plain Greek yogurt or your mayo. However, or maybe you just have a favorite tuna salad recipe too that you like, and you can certainly use that and just maybe take the twist of how I'm creating it today. So, you know, do what works for you. Put a few on each here. Now the fun part will be to roll these up. I'm awful at creating that. Hopefully it will go together nicely. I'm just gonna put my avocado right in the middle. You could also mash up your avocado and, you know, spread it on beforehand too. So make it however you would like. So there we go. So I am just gonna, I'll wrap one up for you. So I'm kind of gonna pull everything together, pull my end in, just like that. And I'm just gonna say, voila. So there, set, super fun. All right, so I have my wrap plated up. Let me switch it this way. And then to complete my lunch today, I did go ahead and add some apple slices and some string cheese to add a little bit more fruit and just some dairy. So remember, in our wrap, we have our protein being our tuna, our whole grain is our wrap. Our vegetables as well are in our wrap with our cukes and our carrots, and our fruits would be our avocados and our apples, and our dairy would be our string cheese. Now, don't really care for the string cheese and apple piece of this. I mean, adding a glass of milk and any other kind of fruit, a fruit cup, or even making a yogurt parfait would be really fun. This could also be done in a meal prepping situation. You could put your tuna in a container and your veggies in a container and bring your wrap or your bread choice, and then assemble like when you're at work or whatever, sending with to school for kids, however that would work. And then it's ready to go quickly like that as well. And like I said, this meal along with lots of other ideas are totally recreatable. You can switch out your protein, your vegetable, a whole grain, or say that you want to go with more like a lettuce wrap or a salad even. You can add your whole grain in a different way. You could toss in some quinoa in your salad, or doing things like the yogurt parfait and, you know, putting some whole grain there on the top, like with granola. So just make what you have, you know, be creative. This week with my recipe booklet, there are a couple of fun outlines on healthy lunch ideas and creating also healthy sandwiches. It just kind of gives you a different combinations on how to create different ideas if you're feeling stumped. So really check those out, they're cool. So with that, our lunch is complete, our video is done. I really wanna remind you to check out our whiteearth.com to see today's recipes along with other recipe ideas and tips on making some healthy lunches and sandwiches. So thanks for watching, happy cooking, and we'll see you next week.